Every spring, the city of Guangzhou transforms into a global stage, but in 2025 it was something else entirely. The Canton Fair, already the largest import and export event in Asia, evolved into a futuristic display of power, precision, and progress. This wasn't just a trade fair. It was a declaration, a spectacle where center stage in the race for technological dominance. Pavilions once filled with kitchenware and furniture were now buzzing with humanoid robots, AI-powered companions, and autonomous machines that could outrun your local delivery guy or your dog. Over 31,000 companies and more than 200,000 buyers from every corner of the planet gathered not just to do business, but to witness a leap forward in innovation. From robotic baristas and educators to mechanical pets and AI logistics systems, the fair revealed a future where machines don't just assist, they understand, respond, and evolve. But what truly stunned the world wasn't just the tech, global power dynamics. As visitors from countries like China wasn't catching up anymore, it was leading. And what happened at the Canton Fair 2025 is the clearest signal yet that the age of Chinese robotics and AI isn't coming, it's already here. The heartbeat of the Canton Fair 2025 was a place unlike anything seen before, an entire pavilion dedicated solely to service robots. For the first time in the fair's history, this space wasn't about furniture or fabrics. It was a live arena where humanoid machines took the spotlight. Companies like Unitree Robotics and Guangzhou Liang brought machines that didn't just walk, they moved with purpose, precision, and a startling degree of charm. These robots didn't just showcase capability, they showed character, waving at the crowd, smiling, and engaging in ways that felt eerily human. Nearby, the mechanical marvels from Deep Robotics drew constant crowds with their quadrupedal machines. Watching them climb stairs, balance flawlessly, and move with an animal-like fluidity left many visitors questioning whether what they were seeing was real. Their agility rivaled that of trained pets, yet they were entirely controlled by sensors, servos, and advanced AI algorithms. These weren't toys. They were the future of rescue missions, surveillance, and even personal companionship. Shenzhen's Elephant Robotics added a lighter, more joyful touch to the scene with their robotic dogs and cats. Children squealed with delight as these mechanical pets responded to touch, followed commands, and even played simple games. Older visitors were equally impressed, especially international delegates from Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Brazil, many of whom signed early partnership deals, charmed by the emotional intelligence these robots seemed to radiate. And then there were the companion bots from Guangzhou Inbot Company, small, approachable, and built for learning. With expressive screen eyes and voices designed to soothe, they told stories, taught children languages, and even adjusted responses based on emotional cues. German delegates were so impressed, they immediately reserved dozens of units for Bavarian primary schools. In one corner of the fair, a robot brewed coffee with barista-level skill. In another, logistics bots from Canon Robotics glided across pre-mapped 3D routes, sorting and delivering packages faster than humans. It wasn't just automation, it was orchestration. As the fair unfolded, it became clear that China's ambitions extended far beyond exhibition halls and entertainment. The showcase wasn't just about showcasing innovation, it was about redefining who sets the pace in the global tech race. Nowhere was this more evident than at the 2025 Shanghai Auto Show, where a singular machine captured the imagination of both the tech world and the auto industry. Iron, the humanoid robot from XPeng. Towering at 178 centimeters and weighing 70 kilograms, Iron wasn't just a prototype, it was a walking statement of purpose. Developed to integrate seamlessly into daily life, it demonstrated complex gestures, responded to voice commands, and even accompanied XPeng's CEO on stage like a polished co-host. Iron was no gimmick. It was equipped with 62 active degrees of freedom, which allowed it to mimic human movement with uncanny smoothness. From walking and pointing to reacting in real time to its environment, its performance suggested a world where robots wouldn't just live alongside us, they'd work beside us, communicate with us, and adapt to us. XPeng's use of Iron wasn't limited to showmanship either. The company had already begun testing the robot on their assembly lines, where it assisted in constructing automotive components. Plans to scale the robot's deployment across retail and customer service sectors were already in motion, signaling XPeng's aggressive push toward normalizing human-robot integration across industries. But Iron wasn't alone in pushing boundaries. The Astrobot S1, another marvel of Chinese robotics engineering, stunned onlookers with its dual-core architecture and virtual reality capabilities. This wasn't a static demo, it was an active performance of teleoperation. Through VR headsets, operators could control the robot's actions in real time with surgical precision, opening possibilities for its use in high-stakes, remote-controlled environments like hospitals, hazardous factories, or even disaster zones. Astrobot's engineers also unveiled its object sorting system, watching the robot identify and sort items of different colors, shapes, and sizes without missing a beat showed just how quickly AI is mastering tasks that once seemed uniquely human. While the humanoids drew the headlines, another kind of revolution was quietly rolling in, one on wheels. Citroen's autonomous mobility vision reimagined how people and services would move in cities of the future. Built on the Citroën Skate platform, the system combined Goodyear's Eagle 360 spherical wheels with modular pods that could serve as cafes, spas, mobile offices, or personal transport units, all operating driver-free at a calm, deliberate 25 kilometers per hour. The concept wasn't just sleek, it was strategic, a low-speed, high-utility solution for dense urban environments where flexibility, sustainability, and autonomous efficiency are paramount. The technology offered a glimpse of how everyday urban life, commuting, relaxing, even grabbing a coffee, might look in a world redefined by AI. It was becoming impossible to ignore what the fair was really showing. China was no longer content being seen as a fast follower. These technologies weren't just catching up, they were setting a new standard. While many nations were still debating the ethics, risks, and potential of AI, China was already building ecosystems around it. These robots weren't behind glass cases for show, they were live, moving, thinking components of a broader plan, to weave intelligence and automation into the very fabric of daily life. What the world witnessed at the fair wasn't a glimpse of tomorrow, it was a reality that had already arrived. Back at the Canton Fair, a quieter, more domestic revolution was taking shape, one that targeted everyday life inside the home. Among the crowd favorites was the K20 Plus Pro, a compact home assistant introduced by SwitchBot. While it lacked the towering presence of humanoids or the flair, K20 Plus Pro was designed for real hands-on tasks. It could clean floors, transport loads of up to 8 kilograms, deliver snacks or medication, purify the air, and even patrol the house for security breaches. Visitors watched in amazement as the robot moved effortlessly from one job to the next, guided by a D2FLAR navigation system that mapped the interior space with precision and grace. What stood out was how natural it felt. The robot responded to voice assistants like Alexa, Google Assistant, and Siri, weaving itself into the smart home ecosystems many people already use. It wasn't a novelty, it was practical, seamless, and ready for mass adoption. And this practicality was the key. While Iron and Astrobot impressed with their intelligence and complexity, K20 people with mobility issues, or just giving parents a break from constant household chores. It was a silent helper with a serious impact, and one that felt like it could be in homes across the world by year's end. Just steps away, another kind of engineering brilliance was on display. From the YouTube channel Koshiro Robot Creator, an independent engineer brought a crowd-pleasing oddity, a robot capable of balancing a ball with extreme precision. It may have looked simple at first glance, a flat platform, a shiny ball, but the mechanics were far from basic. This was a lesson in advanced control systems, using in real time, guiding the ball along intricate paths without letting it fall. Cameras and computer vision enabled it to track the ball's position, while motors made micro adjustments to keep it centered, balanced, and stable. All around the fair, this theme echoed. It wasn't just about who had the biggest robot or the most advanced software. It was about a complete ecosystem where different types of innovation, industrial, educational, recreational, and personal, were converging. From robots that teach to robots that serve, entertain, and protect, China wasn't just introducing the world to machines, it was introducing a new social contract between humans and technology, one built not just on capability but on collaboration. And with every demonstration, deal, and handshake, that future felt less like a prediction and more like a commitment already in motion. What unfolded at the Canton Fair 2025 wasn't simply a showcase of technology, it was a global inflection point. Visitors didn't just leave with brochures and business cards, they left with a clear understanding that the future of robotics and artificial intelligence isn't a Silicon Valley promise. It's a reality being engineered, refined, and exported from China. From corporate partnerships to school deployments, from household helpers to urban mobility systems, every corner of the fair told the same story. Innovation here isn't just rapid, it's intentional. The impact rippled beyond the exhibition walls. Countries that once looked west for technological leadership are now looking east. Deals were signed, alliances were formed, and a new direction in global tech influence was unmistakably drawn. While many nations remain cautious or slow to adapt, China is not only building the tools of the future, it's shaping the entire ecosystem in which those tools will operate. The fair wasn't just about machines, it was about momentum. And right now, that momentum is undeniably Chinese. In a world still adjusting to post-pandemic realities, geopolitical tensions, and digital disruption, what China demonstrated was confidence. Confidence in its vision, its talent, and its capacity to lead. Whether it's a barista robot, a virtual reality-controlled assistant, or a fully autonomous transport pod, these aren't experiments anymore. They're products, policies, and platforms ready to be scaled globally. What stood out even more was the accessibility of this innovation. It wasn't just giant corporations that dominated the space. It was solo inventors, startup founders, and small teams bringing creative solutions to global problems. From robotic pets that provide companionship to the elderly, to modular bots that can clean and secure homes, the narrative was clear. The future of tech isn't reserved for the elite. It's becoming increasingly personal, customizable, and integrated into everyday life. As the fair came to a close, the feeling in the air wasn't just amazement, it was urgency, an understanding that anyone not paying attention is already behind. The world has been put on notice. China isn't testing the waters of the future. It's already swimming in it, building bridges for others to cross. The Canton Fair 2025 didn't ask whether robots belong in our world. It asked how soon we're willing to embrace them, because this isn't science fiction. It's not even a 5-year plan. It's here, it's now, and if what we saw at the Canton Fair is any indication, China isn't waiting for the rest of the world to catch up.